Good morning, students, and welcome back to our Maths 1 online teaching session. I hope everything is fine at your end and we all are safe at your home. So, let us continue from where we left. As you know, we have started with the first chapter of Maths 1, that is sets. Today, I am going to continue with the same chapter. Let me quickly recap of what you have already learned in the previous sessions. You have learned the definition of set, that is, a set is a collection of well defined objects. Then we learned the different methods of writing the set. The first method was listing method or roster method. Second one was rule method or set builder method. Then the different types of sets, which included four types, that is singleton set, empty set, finite set and infinite set. Okay. Then finally you have learned a formula that is related to union and intersection of sets, that is n of a union b is equal to n of a plus n of b minus n of a intersection b. So till here you have learned in all the previous sessions. Today I am going to continue further, but before I start with the practice set sums, I just want you to understand this two important concepts. The first one is union of two sets. Now as you can see, union of two sets means what? The basic definition is A union B means X is an element of such a set where X belongs to A or X belongs to B. Why I am specifying more on this? Because whenever union is there, this word or will be specified. Now what we are going to do further is to solve word problems based on this. And in word problems, they don't specify that you have to find the union. In fact, they give situation and give words like find number of students drinking tea or coffee, find how many students like reading newspaper or another hobby they have, something like this, where they will be using the word like or for union. Okay. Next important concept was about intersection. Now intersection means this type of set where x is an element of a and x is an element of b. So what is important in this is this word and. So whenever intersection we want to ask, we will be using the word and whenever union we want to ask, we will be using the word or. Why these two are important now? Because now in word problems, these are the words which will be frequently used. So I hope you understand this, and henceforth whenever the word or is used, you should understand that they want you to find union of two sets, and whenever they are using the words like and, it means that you have to find intersection of those two sets. Okay. Now with this, let us continue with the next practice set sum, that is question number 2. I am reading the question for you. In a hostel, there are 125 students, out of which 80 drink tea, 60 drink coffee, and 20 drink tea and coffee both. Find the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee. Now, two important things to understand in this. Let us see what are the things given to us. First thing is, there are 125 students in the hostel, right? So total number of students is 125. Then what they are telling us, that out of this 80 drink tea, 60 drink coffee, right? So that are two different sets, that students drinking tea and students drinking coffee. But look at this, tea and coffee. Nowhere they have specified the word as intersection, but instead of that they are telling us there are 20 students who drink tea and coffee. It means that it is intersection of those two sets. Okay. What is asked then? Find the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee. It is not find the number of students who drink tea or coffee that I will find union. It is do not. Try to understand the question part by part. Okay. Now based on this, let us start writing what is given to us. From where to start? We will start from what is given in the first statement. There are 125 students. Now as you know, universal set means collecting all the possibilities there together and writing it as u. So in this there are total how many students? 125. So let u be the set of students in the hostel. Correct? Then the next part, 80 drink tea. Now your choice, if you want to represent it as set A, no problem, you can write set A. But since this is drink tea, so I have taken specifically let tea be the set of students, those who drink tea. Correct? Then next step is what? There are 60 students who drink coffee. So you can take it as set C, students who drink coffee. These are the important steps which carries marks in the exam, because directly if you take it as set A and set B without specifying what you have taken as set A and set B, marks will be deducted. So you have to write this initial steps where you are assuming the things as set universal set T and set C. Now one by one we will write the number of elements in this. What is given in universal set? 125. So number of elements in universal set will be 125. Number of students drinking tea is how much? 80. So I have written 80 here. Then number of students drinking coffee is how much? 60. So we write 60 here. Then comes both tea and coffee. So it means that it is intersection. So how many? 20. Okay, so n of t intersection c is equal to 20. Now what we will find out? We will find out using this formula. We will find out t of n of t union c. Now what is this actually? As I told you, union means or. With this I will find out how many students drink tea or coffee. But in the question they have asked us, do not drink tea or coffee. So we will see what is to be done with that. Let us find out t of n of t union c. Okay, it means that those students, those who drink tea or coffee. So use the formula here. Have the habit of writing formulas like this step by step. Now we will next step we will substitute these formulas. In the formula they substitute the values. Okay, so n of t is how much? 80. N of c is how much? 60. And n of t intersection c is how much? 20. So when I subtract this and add, like 80 plus 60 is 140, minus 20 it comes to 120. Now what is this 120? 120 means the students, those who drink tea or coffee. Okay, but I want those students, those who do not drink tea or coffee. Then what is to be done? Go back to the question. There are in all 125 students and I have got a record of only 120 students. Means those extra 5 students are those students who do not drink tea or coffee. I hope you are understanding this. Now how to write this? See this. Next step is 120 students drink tea or coffee and there are 125 students in the hostel. Just now I told you this. So then what? Number of students who do not drink tea or coffee. There is a formula for this. This is a formula. From the universal set, you need to subtract the union. So it will be 125 minus 120, that is equal to 5. Now final answer will be there are 5 students who do not drink tea or coffee. Now here we end with this sum. But suppose in question it is asked and hence draw the Venn diagram. Now how Venn diagram is to be drawn? Look at this. I hope you remember what is Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is a diagram where I represent all the values using suitable shapes. Now your choice, you can use a rectangle, a circle, a square, an oval shape, whatever. I have made use of a rectangle and circle. Now this rectangle represents my universal set. This circle, first one, represents my first set, that is students drinking tea. Then C represents students drinking coffee. But as you can see here, I have written only 60 here. Even though students drinking tea were how many? 80. Why 60? Because the 20 is represented in the intersection part. Do not forget, do not write 80 in this part. It will go wrong because 20 is there in the intersection part. So that has to be written. So in this there will be only 60. Similarly here, number of students drinking coffee were how many? 60. But I have written 40 here. Why? Because the 20 is included in this part. Correct? So this is the way the Venn diagram can be drawn. Now when I add all this, what do I get? 60 plus 20, 80 is 80 plus 40, that is 120. But how many students were there? 125. Now where are those 5 students? Those 5 students are neither in set A, T nor in set C. Where are they? They are here, outside. Means they are there in the universal set, but they are not drinking tea nor they are drinking coffee. That is the reason they are outside, but they are there in the universal set. I hope you are understanding this. These are those 5 students who do not drink tea or coffee, where are they to be represented? They are to be represented in the universal set, but outside those two sets which you are running. Is it okay? These are word problems. Systematically reading the question one by one, you have to do the write the steps and substitute the formula. Write the formula, substitute the values, then the final answer. All these carries marks. And if Venn diagram is asked, only then draw the Venn diagram. Otherwise, you can use the formula method also. I hope the first sum is understood to you. Let us move to the second sum. Now the second sum, the word problem is, in a competitive exam, 50 students passed in English, 60 students passed in maths, 40 students passed in both. None of them failed in both the subjects. Find the number of students who passed at least in one of the subjects. Okay, now this is slightly different from the previous one. Why it is different? Because look at this statement. None of them fail in both the subjects. What does it mean? That whatever is the total number of students given, there is nothing which will be there in the universal set. Everyone is included. Everyone. None of them are failing in both the subjects. Correct? Now let us see how it can be done. So first step is start the sum from here. 50 students passed in English, 60 students in maths, 40 students passed in both the subjects. So let us represent U with the set of students who appeared for the exam. Universal set. E is the students who passed in English. M is the students who passed in maths. Accordingly, E will be 50, M will be 60, and both the subjects, it will be intersection, that is 40. I need to find out the number of students who passed at least in one of the subjects. At least in one of the subjects means what? Either in maths or in English. When I use the word or, what do I need to find out? Union. This is what I have explained you just now. Correct? So I need to find out union in this. So see the formula. N of E union M is equal to N of E plus N of M minus N of M intersection E. Correct? Substituting the values, we get 50 plus 60 minus 40. 50 plus 60 is 110 minus 40. Correct? That is 70. So we don't have to do anything with the universal set here. We have to directly find out union, because the word was at least in one of the subjects. At least means either in English or in maths. And when it is or, it is always union. Here also I have drawn a Venn diagram to make the concept clear. Look at this. E represents students passing in English. M represents the set students passing in maths. And this represents the common part, that is intersection. So only English 50 minus the intersection part, that is 10. Only maths, that is 60 minus the intersection part, that is 20. So when I add all this, do I get 70? Let me check. 10 plus 40. How much? 50. 50 plus 20. How much? 70. It means the union of all this is nothing but 70. Okay? Hence write the final answer. The number of students who passed in at least one of the subjects is 70. Okay? As I've already told you, this you can draw if you want for you to understand. If not specified, you can again use a formula method. Okay? All the sums can be done by both the methods. Now let us move to the next sum. The next sum is quite a lengthy sum. I am reading it part by part. Do not get afraid seeing the length of the sum. It is easy. I am reading it part by part. Try to understand what is given and what you have to find out. Okay? A survey was conducted to know the hobby of 220 students. First thing, UB, the universal set where the total number of students is how many? 220. First step is that. Correct? Next, out of this, 130 students informed their hobby as rock climbing. First thing that I understood is students having the hobby as rock climbing. How many are there? 130. Okay? Then the second part. 180 students informed their hobby as sky watching. So the next set is students having their hobby as sky watching. How many? 180. Okay? Then 110 students who follow both the hobbies. Both the hobbies means intersection, right? Intersection of both the sets is how many? 110. Then there are so many set of questions asked. First one, then how many students do not have any of the two hobbies? How many of them follow the hobby of rock climbing only? How many students follow the hobby of sky watching only? Now I've just read the question for you. Let us go back and part by part let us frame the sentences and start solving it. Right? From where to start? Let U be the universal set, and one by one we will take the sets as let G be the set of students, G for rock climbing. Okay? G be the set of students who follow rock climbing. Let's see. And A be the set of students who follow the watching. As I have told you all the numbers there, universal set was 220. Set G was having 130 students. Set A was having 180 students. And the intersection was 110. Now using the formula, if I find out n of G union A, what it will be? It will be those students who have the hobby of either rock climbing or sky watching. As I have told you, union means or. So use the formula n of G plus n of A minus n of G intersection A. Okay, substituting the values. 130 plus 180 minus 110. So when I add this, I get 310 minus 110, that is 200. Understand very carefully. 200, what is this number? 200 are those students where I have found out union. Union means or. So 200 students follow the hobby of rock climbing or sky watching. This is the first part understood to you. When I find union, it is always or. Total number of students were how many? There were 220. So out of 220, there are 200 students who have the hobby of rock climbing or sky watching. So where are those 20 students? Those 20 students do not have either of this hobby. That was the first part of the question that was asked. Number of students who do not follow this hobby. Okay. So how to find out that? For that, I need to subtract. From where? From the universal set, I will subtract the union. Universal set there were 220 minus the union, that is 200, which I have found out just now. So how many it will be? 20. Okay. So this is the first answer. What is the answer? It is number of students who do not follow any of this rock climbing or sky watching, that is equal to 20. Okay. Then comes the next sum. Next part. Number of students who follow the hobby of rock climbing only. When I say the word only, it means from the set of rock climbing, I should subtract the intersection part. Only then I can concentrate on this word. Only those students who follow their hobby. Correct? Now see this. From the set G, which is that set G? That is students having the hobby of rock climbing. From that, if I subtract the intersection part, see this, I will get those students who have only rock climbing as their hobby. So 130 minus 110, that is equal to 20. Similarly, the next one. The next one is number of students who follow the hobby of sky watching only. So sky watching only. So from the set of sky watching, if I subtract the intersection part, we get number of students, those who have their hobby as sky watching only. So n of A minus the intersection. So what it is? 180 minus 110, that is 70. So now this is the next part of the answer. Now look at both the answers. Number of students who follow the hobby of rock climbing only is 20, and number of students who follow the hobby of sky watching only is 70. Okay. Then I have drawn the Venn diagram finally to make the concept clear. Concentrate, try to understand. First thing is universal set that I have represented here. This set G is those students, those who have their hobby as rock climbing. Set A is those students, those who have their hobby of sky watching. Now, how do I get this 20? From 130, if I subtract this intersection, I get this 20. This is what I have shown you by formula also just now. How do I get this 70 now? From 180, if I subtract this intersection, I get this 70. Correct? So this we have done by formula also just now. Now what is this 20 that is written here? These are those students who do not have their hobby of rock climbing or sky watching. So they are there outside the set, but they are there in the universal set. That is the reason it is written outside here. Now let me check whether the total comes to the total number of students. Now let's add all this. 20 plus 110. How much? 130. 130 plus 70. So we get it as 200. And this 20 which were outside. So that comes to 220. So when I add all this, I get the total number of students, that is 220. So this is the way, part by part, you have to solve this. Okay? And if required, you don't understand by formula method, you can even draw this Venn diagram and make the concept clear. Okay? So with this, we come to the last sum of the exercise, where you have to observe the Venn diagram and write the following sets. Now this is a very easy sum, and I hope all the concepts of complement and all union, it's clear in the previous sessions. Now I'll just read the answers for you. The set A. Now look at the set A. This set A is having the elements x, y, z, m and n. Even though they are in the intersection, they are in the set A. So you have to write set A as x, y, z, m, n. Okay. Then comes set B. Set B, as you can see here, this full P, Q, R, N, and M. All are included in the set B. Then what is asked? Union. When union is asked, you have to include all the elements of these two sets except the thing which is written outside in the universal set. So union A, union B will be what? X, Y, Z, M, N, P, Q, R. All that is written in the union. Okay. Now comes next set as A complement. Now what is the meaning of the word complement? It means all those elements which are there in the universal set but they are not there in the set A. Now look at this set A. This is my set A. Now other than these elements, whichever you can see will be included in the complement, which are those P, Q, R, T and S. Just look here, A complement, P, Q, R, S and T. Same way, what should be B complement? B complement will be other than these elements which are there in set B, all the elements which are there in the universal set. Which are they? X, Y, Z, S and T here. Correct? So these are the elements in B complement. And the last one is A union B complement. Means I have to take the union of these two sets. Correct? A union B. And that too I want the complement of it. So for this, what is to be done? I first need to concentrate on this set, A union B. I want the complement of this. So other than the elements which are there in A union B, whichever extra elements are there, that will be coming in its complement. Now look at this. X, Y, Z, M, N, P, Q, R. Other than this, which are the elements that are left? This is left T and here also S. So what are the two elements in A union B complement? S and T. Okay, I hope all the concepts explained in this is understood to you. With this, we come to an end of the first chapter which you have learned. I hope it is clear. Try to solve all the sums which are done. We will be continuing with the next chapter in the next session. Thank you.